and our plans work well. Hi, ladies. I'm just sharing. I'm like, I love our plants next to each other. It's perfect. Ladies, we're so excited to be here. So today is day 4. Let me get my screen correct here so I can make sure to be connecting with you well. Beautiful. So today is day 4. This is great. We love to do Q&As for you guys because there are a lot of questions that come up, right? And so many just minor things that each of you are dealing with. And every single woman is different, right? So we want to give you the space to just ask your questions. Like, this is what I'm experiencing in my fitness journey. Help, or what do I do? Or what do I do here? What do I do here? So this space really is for you. So Sierra, I'm actually going to change the format. How about we do this? Ladies, we're going to actually prioritize your questions in the comments. So if you want to go ahead and start commenting, we do have a list of questions that we'll go through, just that people ask us all the time. And so we know other people have those questions too. So we'll answer those. But we'll just kind of bounce back and forth between what has already come in and then the questions that you guys have as well. What's up, Coach Megan? Look at that flex there. Good job. Great. Okay. How have you guys been enjoying the event so far? If you guys have been on the replay or if you've been on the live, I would love to hear. Have you been enjoying it? I know you've been having some great conversations in the messages about, you guys are really liking it, and we're so grateful for that. We love doing these things for you guys. It's fun, right? It's fun for everybody.
So fun.
So I think, so we're going to go ahead and answer the question, or the comments are usually a little bit stalled. And so we're just like, la, 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 but we want to give you the value, right? So we'll keep going. Love it, you guys. Love it. I'm so happy you're here. We're so grateful you're taking the time for yourself to learn, to show up. And, we take it really seriously at Queens of Iron to give you top level knowledge in the research, right? Peer reviewed research, last 3 to 5 years. We really want to help you find the healthiest, the most sustainable, the best approach to your health and fitness, so you don't have to get lost in the weeds of all the misinformation out there. It's like, let's have the source be research, actual research, not just like the telephone game, right? Love it, Mary. So glad that you've been here. Love it. Meg, yep, love it. Okay, cool. So Sierra, let's go ahead and kick off with a question that we've seen. So I think a lot of women know it's a really obvious answer, but for those who have never really had a coach, they ask, is a coach really that helpful, or can I do this on my own? Sierra, would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
Sure. I don't mind starting because I feel like when, myself included, when I was at my beginning of my journey, I had always done it on my own. And there's those moments you're like, I can do this on my own. But then I only know as much as I know. And that was the piece that I realized, like, after a while, you're like, okay, it's still not getting where I want. There's something I'm missing. And while I can do parts on my own and I have a lot of knowledge, that was when I was like, no, I need somebody to help me. And I was kind of tired of trying to figure it all out. And that was the place for me where, one, I found lifting weights and macros, which was magical. But I also feel like something a coach did for me was get me out of my own head. Because I was the queen of like, well, I have always done it this way. But they're like, but did that work, right? Was that really working for you in your life? And was this serving your goals? And so those kinds of pieces, and really getting me to be a little bit more introspective, to be able to I call it the uncozy zone, like where you're like, I don't know that uncertainty. And sometimes uncertainty seems so scary, fear, insecurity. But then it was like, no, it's also an opportunity, because if I stay here, I call it the graveyard of your dreams, because I'm in my cozy zone.
Gosh, yeah.
But this isn't where I want to be, right? This isn't where I want to be. So coaching is just one of those things that it's so lovely to have somebody kind of navigating you and supporting you, and you're not having to be like, okay, my scale went up and da 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 da, and get in all your emotions and feels. You have someone there being like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're going to do. And you have this feel like, okay, I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm going to do. And that just continues to level you up in your knowledge. And I feel like you keep learning. Like even throughout my time as a coach now, having a coach, you just continue to level up.
Yeah. Amen, sister. I'm like, exactly right. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I completely agree. And on that, actually, I want to share a story. So I have several business coaches. I actually have three, and I think maybe I have a little too much. I have two teams of coaches and then one individual. But I just had a meeting I just got off right before this. And when we got on the call, I was like, I just don't think I really have anything going on right now. I'm like, things are feeling pretty good and, really happy. Like we're just kind of cruising, and she questioned different aspects of how I was showing up in my leadership. She questioned aspects of what's working well. Why is it working well? Why do you like this? What's going on here? And just having the questions at me, I was telling her, it was like 3 times. It wasn't a light bulb moment. It was like a massive shift. I came on feeling like I don't have any kinks that I need on kinking. Like I feel freaking solid right now. She literally helped me completely shift 3 big areas of how I was just moving forward in life that I didn't even know existed. I didn't even know it was there. But it's having someone on the objective lens asking the questions from an outside view, not having emotion in it, right? Queens of Iron is my baby. Like I love this thing. I love this company. It is my baby. So there's a lot of emotions that play. Just like in our journey, in our fitness and nutrition journey, that's our body. That's even more than a business, right? That's our body. That's how we live. That's our well-being. And so when something goes the direction we don't want it to, naturally women might like freak out a little bit. Like, I don't know why this is happening. This is so frustrating. I don't want this to be taking place. It's like, you're 5 days from your cycle. Relax. Like, this is a normal thing. And then she's like, oh, okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know. It's like, sometimes we just need the objective lens to say, you're okay. Actually, this is normal. And you're totally fine. You just need to keep going. And then it's like, you release hours and days and weeks of anxiety and stress. And it's just, you can move forward with success rather than being trapped in that tough emotion, right?
Yes. And you've got somebody in your back pocket if you are like you're having that moment of like, I'm having a moment. You've got somebody there who can be like, girl, like, let's talk about this. Let's figure it out. We're going to have a path forward by the end of this, which always wins.
Agreed. Cool. So Katie, heck yeah. If I could have done it on my own years ago, it would have worked. Like that's just a beautiful, beautiful point. This is a great question. Okay. Sierra, on the back end, can you see these comments?
I cannot.
Okay. But you can see them on the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So is it possible for every woman to actually see their abs? My core is strong, lean, and my tummy feels hard, but I don't see my abs. I'm great about my macros, lift 4 days a week, and I do jujitsu 3 days. What's your name, lovely, if you don't mind me asking? Just so I can understand. I'll share my side, Sarah, then I would love to hear your side as well. I believe, yes, you just need to get to a low enough body fat percentage. But the reason I'm slightly hesitant is because what's your lifestyle and what kind of lifestyle do you want, right? Lisa, I love it. So there are, oh my gosh, there's so many tangents I could go here. So I'm just going to really focus. So I'll give a few different examples of a few different things, okay? The process that we like to go through is this. We like to get women down to the place that they feel really, really comfortable and confident in their body. If for you that's abs, hell yeah, we're going to get you there. For me, it is. I like to see 4 at all times, or I start to feel uncomfortable and I'm like, nope, pulling out my FitnessPal and I'm going to go back into, a slight deficit till I see him again. It takes like 4 days. It's not that long, but it's like once you get to that point, we try to get everyone to that point, but it takes time. So how long are you willing to lean in, right? That type of thing. From there, then we increase to maintenance. There's a point of me sharing this with you, so just bear with me. Then we increase to maintenance in hope that you still have your abs there and can maintain and have a more flex lifestyle. So that's my point of sharing that. In the beginning, to get to that point, your lifestyle must be a bit tighter because you're in a deficit, right? Granted, I am a huge proponent of eating out. I'm not saying it's the healthiest thing ever. I'm saying I am a busy female professional and I need my meals cooked for me all the time because I don't have all the time in the world to cook. Okay. So I personally go out and I get salad so I can just keep working. It's also my me time, away from my kid, away from everything. Like that is my break, right? It's just sitting there by the water, eating my salad. Like, I just really like it. Everyone's lifestyle is different. But I couldn't do that as much postpartum, for example, when I was getting back to my goal. So do I believe that everyone can see their abs? Hell yes. It's just really a matter of what kind of lifestyle are you willing to have to get to that low body fat percentage, knowing you can have a much more flexible lifestyle after you have the abs, because it's way easier to maintain it if you do the reverse diet process correctly. I hope that's making sense. I love jujitsu, by the way. It's so badass you do that.
I love it. I feel like everything you said was golden. And I don't almost ask too, just training wise, because I know some people, I am one of those people. I can have abs, but I also do have to train my abs a little bit more because they just take a little bit more to like pop out. So I have had that experience where I'm like, I had old Sierra was like, I cannot have abs. Like this is not possible for me. And then I just had to get leaner and I had to maybe work my abs a little bit more than maybe other people do. And that really nailed it for me. So everybody's a little bit different. So even just how you're training, or like you said, what lifestyle, I think the lifestyle piece is huge to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's such a good point. And actually, now I'm going to tangent off that too a little bit, because I love what she said. She said for her, she had to do more abs. And that actually truly was a light bulb moment for me, because it's really interesting, you guys. Our bodies naturally have higher or have more muscle in an area differently than others. Like my biceps, they will always be huge. I don't never do biceps, but I rarely ever do them. But holy crap, I have to put so much freaking volume on my triceps. But what I actually learned about that was we don't train a lot of chest. Tricep is the secondary mover to a chest press, but we do loads of back, and the secondary mover is your bicep, right? So what did I start doing? All of our clients started getting more triceps, and I'm like still working in that. But it also helps me see, it's like, even to the abs, it's so true. Some women, they have to work glutes way more. Some women have these fabulous hamstrings and some women's are flat, right? So it's just, our muscles develop differently. Even if we have loads and loads of volume, like even if our program is set for success, we have the volume, you'll probably still find a muscle like, oh, that one maybe doesn't naturally come out as well, so I need to train it a little bit more. That is like next level though. So let's accomplish like your first dream physique, I would say, before you really understand that. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's not something you would see in the beginning. Yeah, that's a beautiful question. Lisa, how do you feel about that? What do you think after hearing that? I think some women feel I can never achieve something. Or I've heard some postmenopausal women say, I'm a lost cause. And I'm like, heck no, you're not. I'm like, any age, anything, you can grow beautiful muscle. You can feel good in your body. You can get really fit and healthy. And actually, I'm going to go right into the next question, because this is something I really want to talk about. Bear with me, okay? In the beginning of this, some of you may bring your claws out at me, so just listen to the full thing, okay? Is physique shaping really all that important, right? The reason Queens of Iron is so different than most programs out there, and in fact, I know very few to no programs like us out there, because we take the world of physique shaping and bodybuilding, but we take a super healthy, fit lifestyle and we sandwich them together. So you can feel really, really good and confident in your skin, but you're super healthy and fit for everyday life, for aging, bone density, like wherever you are, you're so healthy, okay? I think that I talk a lot about physique shaping, and I don't ever want anyone to think all they care about is what they look like. It's like, okay, health is number one in every single area ever for everyone, for all of us, right? We want to age with grace. We want to look great. We want to be strong. We want to be healthy, stay injury free, have enough vitamins, have great gut health, have good mental health, right? Everything.
Yes.
We're always about that. So is physique shaping really all that important, or can I just be healthy? I believe it is 1,000,000% a different life you will live if you feel comfortable and confident in your body than if you don't. And if you say you don't care about feeling comfortable or confident in your body, I challenge you. Go ask yourself why, do some journaling and get to the root. I bet it's something different that's causing that block. I would probably bet $50,000 on it right now. No. I'm like, I said that in voice. No, I would probably actually really put a lot of money on that, because that's insane. We're women, right? It's our womanhood. We're not just a mom. We're not just a CEO. We're not just a whatever you are, right? You're not just a realtor. You're not just a nurse. We are women, right? And it's beautiful to feel good in our bodies so we can show up with our personality, right? Our personality does not need to be dimmed. And if we're self-conscious in our body, we're being dimmed. We're not showing up. We're not showing out. We're not stepping out. We're not acting in as much courage and bravery, I would say, in getting out there in life as if you feel amazing in your skin and your clothes and your body. Do I think it's vain to look good in your skin? No, because I am a better mom when I feel good in my body, because I feel comfortable. It's not something I'm thinking about. You just feel healthy. I think it's a version of mental health. A story with that, we had, so physique shaping, right? So we're back to this. So we recently had a great client of ours. She was doing F45, so fit. If I had to guess, like 15% body fat, beautiful muscles, like she's jacked. If anyone saw her on the street, they would be like, holy crap, dream body right there. And she said, I don't like how my clothes fit. I don't even really like how my body looks. Like my clothes just don't feel good. I said, and she didn't want to lose any weight. Her muscles were great. Like I got to my goal weight and I don't like what I look like, or I don't like what I feel like. Physique shaping smashes that and makes sure that doesn't happen. All these other programs, great programs, you get fit. Awesome. It's really good things. They help your fitness. They help your health. They help really great things. But then you're still stuck at the end saying, okay, but I'm here, but I thought it would look different. Let's kill two birds with one stone. And when you get there, some women, you need longer to grow muscle, and that's okay. But let's start building and shaping that foundation from the beginning. So all this time spent getting the fat off, you're also spending time building your body. 4 weeks into the program, she said, I love how my clothes fit. I was like, 4 weeks? Like, I was actually shocked. She will be on live tomorrow to talk about this story, and I'm really excited to interview her. It's the first time she'll ever be on live. She's been with us, I think only 10 weeks now. She just loves it. We're working on form. Her body is shifting and changing, and the belly fat, the minimal belly fat, like this much that I could pinch, is coming off. Like, it's insane. We've recently been getting more and more clients that say, I have great muscle. I got to my goal. I don't like what my body looks like. And we pull them in for a reshape. It takes time. They usually do the 8 to 12 months. It takes time. We're not doing quick, rapid stuff. Like, it's your body. You got to give it time.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It's so powerful. It's right? So powerful because
sorry, go ahead. I'm like, I could talk about forever.
Piece where you said, like, I got to this weight. I feel like a lot of us have been there. I remember being like, I got to that weight and I was like, like, not that I was mad at myself because I had achieved a lot, right? So you're like, yay. But you're still almost like disappointed because you're like, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't the look that I wanted originally. And I think that's so powerful because even if we get to that goal weight, you're like, is that really the physique that I picture in my mind that I want, right? It's huge.
Oh gosh. Agreed. And I hope I'm communicating this in the right way. It's like, it allows you to be who you really are.
That authenticity, it's so real. And it's so funny because it's something that for me, because I was such People would be like, "Oh, you're so quiet and you're so," and I am. I'm actually highly introverted, but there's this piece where I'm like, I used to fear so much about how people judged me. And I always be worried, like, oh, they're judging me. They're judging me. And now I'm like, I don't really care. Like, because I really care about how I feel about myself. And I really feel like that when you're just in your body, you're like, yes, it's not really the body, but it's just you know that like I worked hard. I did this. I built this.
Yeah.
And I get to just show up as me. And I don't like this hard work, all of that piece just allows you to be like, yeah, I can do anything. I really can.
And
It's
now you get to live in your comfortable home of your body that you feel good in.
I love that.
Like, if you don't want to feel comfortable in the body you living in, we got to talk deeper because there's something else there. Okay. So, yeah, Gina, I love that. I'm a much better human all around when I feel good in my body. Me too. No shame in saying that. Me too. I realized there was a moment I realized I was snapping at my kid, and immediately I was like, okay, you know, I like to take inventory of like, why did that just happen? Because I do like to correct as fast as I can. And so why did that just happen? And it was like, oh my gosh, because I overate those ice cream sandwiches and I feel like crap in my tummy right now. Like, the simplest thing, but you don't realize how much it really comes out. And I'm like, son, I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, maintaining muscle at 64 is harder than 40s and 50s. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Hormones change. It's like, I like to say, control your controllables. Just do the best you can, and that's it. All we can do is control our controllables. But it's beautiful that you're lifting weights because that's the most important thing. Yeah, so good job there. Okay, cool. I'm more than willing and able to put in the work. Good. My biceps are the same, easy to maintain, so more focus on abs may help. I'm 5'4", 117, healthy weight, but abs are the goal. Do you mind telling me your name, love? I would ask you this. How many days a week are you lifting? And then when you lift, are you squeezing your abs so freaking tight every single lift as part of your prep form for every single lift you do? Are your abs and abdomen rock solid? If not, do that before feeling like you need isolated ab work. Love it. Was that you? I think it was Rosalinda. That's a beautiful name. Love it. Cool. I'm happy with my current body. Work so hard on it to have it make me happier. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, control the controllables. Love it, Gina. The goal is okay. Yeah. Where it's at, it's just a different ball game. It's a totally different ball game. I remember being 15% body fat I was doing Olympic weightlifting. I was a body pump instructor, Les Mills, and I did traditional lifting, 3 goals that work against each other, right? Or that work on different things. I was so flat. I had like no shoulders. Like my body looked so weird. 15% body fat about. Then postpartum, discovered this whole physique shaping situation, dove deep into it and started practicing and learning and doing all the things, right? Depending on how long ago y'all have been with me, long ago, years and years ago, when I was first learning physique shaping, I gave out free programs. I was like, I need 40 people to test this program for me to see what the results are like, right? Just to kind of like test the process basically. Because I was off active duty and I was like coming back online. So I was like, let me just refresh my skill set. Let me start this like physique shaping stuff, right? So one we did was called Booty Queen. I love it. It's a great program. Actually, it builds your glutes really well. I was going to learn about volume. But oh my gosh, I remember, you guys, when Sarah's talking about a question, I'm going to pull up a picture and I'm going to screen share it because I want to show you the drastic difference, the exact same body to an extent. Let me say the same body fat percentage, drastically different woman embodying each of them. I'll show you that in just a minute. That's
so powerful. Yes, please.
Life-changing. It's life-changing. I love you. I don't know your name, but I just love you. If you were talking to me even. You guys, we're grateful to have a space to just talk to you guys, to guide you along this, because we've both been on the other side and it sucks. And so many of you have built this fabulous foundation, right? And so it's just getting you to the next level. So wherever you are in your journey, we're so glad that you're here. Yeah, Regina. I'll show you in just a minute. Okay, let's go to the next one. And this one is Sierra. So go ahead.
Yeah. So one question a lot of people ask is just about their spouse, right? Because a lot of us, we've got our people and we work as a team and finances are a team and all of that. And, people ask, hey, my husband doesn't see the value in coaching. How do I even approach this situation, right? And something that I like to go to because it's real. I've been there on that side of it because, oh, you can just do it yourself. Like you've done it so far by yourself. Like
Mhm.
I love you as you are. Like all these beautiful things, right? That are actually compliments to you. You're like, well, yes, I did it by myself. And yes, I love that you love me just as I am. But to me, how I would communicate this with my person is I really think there's a misalignment, right? Because there's a misalignment of knowledge, and that's knowledge about what that coaching program looks like. There's also that knowledge of you and your struggles or where you feel like that coaching piece is really important for you. That I feel like has to be communicated. For me, my husband never knew I was binge eating, which like I hid it so well. And that was a really hard, conversation to have with my spouse because I was hiding. Like I was literally waiting for him to go to bed so I could go eat food. And so that was an uncomfortable conversation, but it was necessary because he didn't know that that struggle was something that was holding me back from for life. Like if I oh my gosh, I just sit here and think about like had I never actually addressed that, where I would be right now. And even addressing it with him, I would be in such a different place because he loved me no matter what, all of that. So I think there's that misalignment of, hey, knowledge, but also why it's valuable to you. Because it's hard for someone to see value or like, oh, a coaching program, cool. Or maybe you've done a different coaching program and they're like, oh, you've done coaching programs before, or, I feel like a lot. There's just those missing elements. And something I always say is don't ask for permission because it's not really their goal, right? It's like ask for that support. Say, hey, I really need your support with this because it's really important to me. Because I know all of you out there would do exactly the same for your spouse. If they said, hey, I'm going to do this and this is why, you'd be like, I'm on board. I'm going to help you. I'm going to like whatever you need. It's saying, hey, I am 100% here and I'm going to do this. I just want your support with it. And this is also, though, I want to tell you why this is important to me and why I see the value in it and how this is going to help me level up my life, but also our relationship. Because I can tell you that we've been talking about this with even physique shaping and just feeling good in your body. I am such a better wife. I'm such a better partner to my husband. I'm such a better mom. I show up better for me. Our lives are completely different than when we first got married. I'm a totally same person deep down, but like a totally enhanced version of me. And we as a team now just continue to grow. So I think that's a piece for me, just getting that clarity out there for them to understand you and your goals and all of that.
That's a beautiful response. That's a really healthy response. You're like, communicate lovingly with your husband, ask for support. I'm like, that is such an amazing response. Yeah. I want to actually talk about this for a second, and I'm going to tread really lightly. This may not be the situation for you, but I love that, Kim. Yeah. Kim is like, love how raw this is. Me too. And this post right here is also really raw and really vulnerable. Thank you for having the strength to share this. And so I want to share what may be happening, but again, I tread really lightly out of full respect, as this may not be your situation, but it may definitely be. I actually have a friend, a personal friend who has also experienced this, who has experienced this, and knows several clients who have experienced this. And the common theme with all of them is they're afraid you're going to get really attractive and good looking and leave them and outgrow them. And so they're trying to keep you where you are out of safety, security, and fear. A conversation might be really good to have around it and just ask, why do you like me like that before? We have really different levels of awareness, right? As we grow, as we learn, our levels of awareness grow, right? And a lot of people, I mean, in some way, always, we don't have awareness, right? Some people who have not committed into their fitness don't have awareness of how amazing it feels to be a weightlifting woman. They don't have the awareness. They've never experienced it. If they did, they would already be doing it. Same with physique shaping. Just put that out there. But anyway, and so he might not have awareness of why he wants you to stay. So if he's like, I don't know, or, I just like you how you are. It's not necessarily they're trying to conceal it. It might just be like they literally just don't know, because that's a deep thing to know about yourself, is the root of something. So it's kind of.
Yeah, it's a great question to ask him, or having that conversation of like, why is this really important to you? And then you sharing why your piece is really important to you, and allowing each other just to hear why both, like understanding their perspective, because it doesn't mean you have to accept it, but it's also saying like, this is me getting him to think a little bit, but also again, me sharing why it's important for me to have that. Because it's real. I think a lot of husbands feel like this.
Notice she said you don't have to accept it. You don't have to stay down there or stay in an unhealthy place if you are, because someone doesn't want you to be in a different place, right? That's a tough one. Thanks, Sarah, too, for sharing that. Okay, I saw another comment come in, but I'm going to show you guys this picture. I have 3 pictures to show you. One of them is my own personal thing, but one of them is a past client, and I just love this picture of her, and it's so obvious. So here's this one. That's my. Did you guys see my son? Sorry, I have to brag as a mom. Did you see him? Isn't that the cutest preschool photo? Sorry. Okay. So yeah, this is about the same body fat percentage. You guys, I was a completely different woman in each of these photos. Is it obvious, or is it just me?
It is so obvious. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love.
Like, it's changed my life. And you know what's cool, ladies? This woman is me forever now. I'm never going to let that one go. Once you experience something and you know the tools to maintain it forever, it's like you will never let yourself go back. I will always be that woman, because that woman is empowered, strong, independent, confident. Like, I feel like I can do anything, not in a prideful way, but in a way of like, I'm comfortable in myself. Oh, right? When I was.
You can actually, I feel like you can even tell in just the picture alone. Like, even though like here, the first one, you can just see it in your body language. And I mean, I'm sure there's like some pieces there, but like just your body, to me, I'm just like, you just are owning, like, you're like, this is Kristen. That's what I see it. I love it.
And the second one.
Yeah, sorry, the second one.
Like, not in the first one. I was broken. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just, man, how you feel in your skin is unreal. So I want to show another one. The next one I show you, she's not the same weight, but she did start to experience the physique shaping. And you guys, like I was sharing yesterday, it's not just physical, it's so much mental embodiment. So I want to show you this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It was like, I think it was like 6 months or a year apart or something like that. So she did her same beer, she did her same everything. This woman of freaking confidence, like showing up, I think she was on vacation with her husband or something like that, versus the woman also on vacation with their same husband, still had a zesty personality. She gets to show up as herself, as the fierce freaking knockout of a realtor that she is. Guess what happens when you're in sales, realtory, or whatever it's called. When you're in sales and you feel amazing in your body, you're making more sales. Why? You're more fierce, you're more dynamic, you're more courageous, you're getting out there and not hiding behind fear or self-consciousness. I love this picture so much. One other I want to show you. Okay, so this was postpartum on the left. It was a little bit past postpartum. On the So these are totally out of order. I just want to show you physique wise. Okay, so this one I was postpartum. This one I was low body fat percentage, but I had never done physique shaping before. I didn't have my kid yet. I'd never done physique shaping. So you can see, not to like point out things, but just to show you. So obviously this is a different physique, right? I feel different when the bottom of my booty and the top of my hamstring look like that versus another photo I showed, right? Or I can't remember what I was even, or yeah, whatever, that's not there. This was a competition. This is now. This is lifestyle. This body feeling like this allows me to show up really differently than like this. Like, again, it's just showing it's not about being vain. It's not about exactly the body fat percentage. It's just finding your personality. It's finding what body matches my personality so I can show up and be myself and feel comfortable and confident no matter what.
I love it.
So that's my spiel about why physique shaping is life changing. And everyone who's experienced it literally says the exact same thing. Like,
I mean, thank you for sharing the pictures because I think the pictures are powerful. They're powerful to see of just how different, like same, like you said, body fat levels, but totally different shape. And you see that like fit feminine physique come out and you're like, look at the curves, look at all of these, like just in the right places. It's beautiful.
The right places, exactly. I love it. Okay, let's go to I love it, ladies. Your comments are so sweet. Oh my gosh. You are amazing. I know. I feel like, I'm sorry you can't see this here. I'm just like, wow, you guys are so sweet. So let's go to this one. This is a good question. How soon or often should I change my deficit to maintain and back to deficit? It took a while. Okay, it took a while, but in deficit, I got to my goal. And like the other said, I didn't like my shape. Yeah. So I moved to maintain and more lifting, but finding that my love handle area is squishy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you mind if I dive into this first? I'm like, there's so much. I think I just get so excited about these topics because, man, it's like if we can help you be more comfortable, like that's just what we're trying to help you do. Excuse me, it's just solve these problems so you can feel more comfortable. Okay. In maintenance, you actually shouldn't be gaining any fat. So if your left handle started getting squishy, that means you went to surplus or you reversed too quickly. So that's the first thing I would say. In maintenance, your weight stays the same, but you actually still shed fat. So we still see measurement drops in maintenance. Ladies, if you want to deep dive in this, you can comment phase video, PHASE video. I break down deficit, maintenance, surplus, reverse diet, what you should expect in all three phases and when and how to adjust. So if you want that, let me know. It's also in our Macro Track Like a Pro course. That one's $27 and it's a full online course for like everything you need to know about macros. It's awesome. So if you want that, you can comment course and I'll send that over. And we're giving away 10, right? On Monday, I'll announce we'll give away 10. Anyway, so that's the biggest thing I would say is we need to adjust your macros. Like something's up with the macro wise. So what I would say is you can go back into a deficit, certainly get that area off, and then you'll have to make a change of how you do the reverse because again, in maintenance, no fat should be coming back in reality. We do a 10% surplus. I have one gal in like a 15% surplus right now. She's basically intuitively eating. She doesn't really track macros anymore, but I'm tracking her data so I can see like about what percentage of surplus she's in. I think she's in about 15%. So the 10% is about 1 pound on the scale gained per month. 1 pound per month. So you're not gaining a bunch of excess fat, you're gaining muscle. She's gaining on average 1.5 pounds per month. She's freaking shredded. She has like no body fat on her. So I told her, I'm like, hey, the scale's going up. Here's the trend we're seeing. Here's the measurement trend we're seeing. How you feeling? Are you good? She's loving it. So I'm like, sweet, keep going, right? So it depends on the person surplus wise. But if you're starting to feel like you're gaining a bunch of fat, something's wrong with the macros. Just adjustment needs to be made. So I would say, yeah, probably go back in a deficit to just get it off. What do you think, Sarah?
I agree. If you feel uncomfortable and you're just finding that, like you said, you went into that maintenance phase to kind of build your shape, and that's a beautiful goal. I think getting you to that place where you felt better, like, with where your body was, and then rebuilding that maintenance level with the right macros, training program, I think you're gonna be solid.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I really appreciate doing this together because some pieces that I don't realize I miss, it's like you keep grabbing them and answering them. So thank you for like acknowledging her going to maintenance and, you know, doing the whole shape. Like that is amazing. And yeah, thank you, Sarah, for that. Cool. All right, great. Love it, ladies. Love it. Okay, let me go ahead and scroll down. Yeah, thanks, ladies, for the comment about confidence and strong and empowered. And like, I know this was about her name was Christy too, and she's just it just makes, yeah, like Regina, makes a big difference. More confident. Yeah, the pictures, yeah, powerful. It's so powerful. Just like, yes, Sarah, you were saying too. It's powerful to see the strength and tone and feminine curves, confidence shine through. Right? We love you, Trish. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, got you, Kim. We'll send that over to you, love. Got you as well. We do see your name on the comments. So all these phase videos, love it, ladies. Yeah, see a lot of those coming in. Heck yeah, we'll send that to you. Absolutely. If you have more questions, do let us know. Okay, great. Shall we keep going?
Yes, let's do it.
So we'll go to the top of the hour. So we'll stay on here for you with you guys for about 20 more minutes. So any questions you have, please comment them, or we still have questions we can chat through. So Sarah, so this is a question women have asked us about coaching. They say, what if I can't stay on track? So Sarah, do you want to tackle this one?
It's one of my favorites because I think, even as a coach, right? They're like, "Oh, you've got it all together. You're always so perfect," right? No, I am human and you get to be human. And I think that's the best part is like, okay, if you can't stay on track, that's gonna be where we build you from where you are, right? I was a binger. I didn't go from eating a bag of Reese's to just being like, "No Reese's." Like, it was a process, right? We have to, like, learn to get better. And you know what? Eating a half a bag of Reese's was huge progress. I know that sounds you're like, "No, I don't," but you know what? That was like I call it like failure sets plants the seeds for success because
Mm.
failure, I just expect it. And that's what I'm going to tell you is just expect failure. Not because you're going to be a failure. Failing is just inevitable. We fail at things all the time and it never bothers us, right? But in fat loss and with our bodies, because it does, I feel like have that piece where you're uncomfortable and you're tired of it and you're like, ugh. It's a lot easier to just beat yourself up. But it's like, cool. What am I learning from these moments? What am I taking away? And if you can't stay on track, then we're going to meet you right where you're at. And
Mhm.
that's the beauty of coaching is because I'm a recovering perfectionista and it's like, okay, I gotta be perfect. And then, but if you do that, you're the only way is down, right? If you're like, I have to be perfect, then anything that doesn't go well, you're automatically a failure in your mind. And then it's like, why do I even bother? And then we go down this rabbit hole of, I mean, the beat down session and the negative self talk. And then we're showing up like that person. And then we continue to show up like that person. So I'm going to tell you, give yourself and build from where you are. Even if it's like, I know even yesterday I saw in the comments like, I only got so many grams of fiber. And it's like, well, time out. Were you even tracking fiber? Was this is this a thing you were focusing?
Good job.
Beautiful. You got 15 grams of fiber without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then if you think about it like, hey, I'm really only 10, only, I don't love that word. I'm really weird about words. But I was about to go on a
I'm
tangent.
close. I'm close.
But you're 10 grams away. And could you get 5 more in? Could you get 2 more in? Because any little bit more, we're winning. We're moving in that progress. So, it's one of those things of like, if you can't stay on track, that's okay. That's where we're gonna work with you to help
Yeah.
you eventually get to where you're like, "Hey, I was 1 day consistent. Whoop." Like, then it's like, "Cool, I have 2 days consistent." Like, "Let's go."
Exactly.
Right? It's
Yeah.
building you. It's building you. And then you get to be human. You get to make mistakes because that's how you learn and grow. It's just it's what we do.
Yeah, that's the entire aspect of lifestyle coaching. We help you with your lifestyle. Yeah. I love what you said. You're like, whoop, whoop, 1 day of macros. It's like, perfect. Now let's not go to 5. Let's go to 2. Like one step at a time. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, Miss Claudine, I just hopped on. I'm not sure if this was asked or not. When you lose body fat, how do you tighten up the skin? Yeah, I really want to answer this. Sarah, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So my understanding, I'm not a skin expert, but my understanding is you can't tighten up the already loose skin with the weightlifting, but you can keep your skin tight with how it is with weightlifting. Is that making sense? Yeah.
100%. I have a lot of loose skin from when I was, because I was about 100 pounds heavier. And so I have a lot of loose skin. And two things, building muscle has really helped shape my body out and not have like it's kind of helped in that place. But I still have loose skin on my stomach, but you really can't see it unless I'm just sitting there, like, touching it and moving it and, things like that. Like, it's really not that obvious. It's more obvious to us because we're there, but that loose skin is kind of I try to reframe it here because, it's real. Like, I have loose skin on my arms and my stomach, and it's one of those pieces for me that I'm like, "But there was once fat there, and now there's not." And to me, that's a really for me, it was a really powerful way to reframe. It may not work for everybody, but sometimes it's just like, that's not there anymore. And I have a healthier body. I feel better in my body, even with my loose skin. And that loose skin kind of is that reminder of like, hey, I was this totally different person and I'm not her anymore. So
That's amazing. Yeah, she said, I can only see it when I'm naked.
real.
You're already winning. That's funny. Thank you for sharing that, Sarah. That's awesome. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Change it the way you think about it. Oh boy, ladies, reframing is everything. It's great.
It's
Yeah,
everything.
it's everything. Yeah. So, Miss Trish, this is a great question. Sometimes I'm just not hungry. Should I eat anyway to meet my macros? I would. So, first of all, just straight answer, I would say no. We don't recommend eating these massive meals to hit your macros, but fix it moving forward. So that tells me it's like, how are you balancing and spacing your food throughout the day? How can we basically make it so that doesn't happen? Any addition to that?
I think it beautiful. Yes. And just building from where you are, it's like, hey, where could we just a little bit here and there just to add so it doesn't feel like this huge jump if you're feeling like you have a lot more calories than you're used to. Um,
Yeah.
and I'd also just check on like stress levels a little bit.
Yes. And cardio, even for that. Yeah. The reason we're saying that stress and cardio are appetite suppressants.
Mhm.
Yeah. Stress for sure. Oh my gosh.
That's for sure.
Oh, someone said, that's so sweet.
Oh,
Congrats
thank
on a
you.
healthy mind and body. Yeah, it's really sweet. Ladies, we just love having you in here. You're so kind. Yeah.
It's I was a negative Nancy. Like I called myself like an Eeyore because I was I really was. I'm like, "Ugh," like, and that's like people be like, "No," like meeting me today because that's I'm like, "No." Um, I just I call it like that Operation Look for Hearts. Like
Mhm.
I what you allow your brain to focus on, it's going to. So if you focus on the negative, um, your brain loves to continue on the rabbit hole it's already in, and it will continue to go down that rabbit hole. And it'll you find one negative thing. It's like when you have like one thing goes wrong, and then all of a sudden it's like, and then this happened, and it's like your whole day is ruined because like one thing happened. Versus like I'm like, okay, but if I look for the positive or I look for those pieces that I do believe, because if you don't believe them, it's not gonna help, but it's that piece if you look for the positive and that grateful like, gratitude, and no, Kristen was talking about, like, all that self-care yesterday. It's
Mhm.
really is, like, if you can flip that switch a little bit and just start going, "Okay, I can look at this way or this way, but if I give my brain positive, it's gonna keep looking for more positive."
Yeah.
Um, and then just end up starting to find it more and more. And you start just more living that life. So I love that you love the reframes of positive. That's like life. It's life now.
Oh my gosh. And thank you. We love you as well. We really love this group too. We're so grateful to be here. Honestly, we're so grateful you guys are here. Mary, yeah, you got to be. This world is tough, right? Without it. Okay, let's go to the next question. So what time is it? Oh my God, I need a stretch. I think I was just telling, was it on the coaching call? We do a weekly coaching call with our clients, and one of our gals was just like stepping from side to side. I'm like, I'm so jealous right now. My stand-up desk has been broken for months, and I'm like, I'm just sitting on my butt all day. Like, I need to get up. Okay, so this next question, this will maybe be the last one on here. Oh, let me answer kind of quickly-ish, but the question is, I'm like, how do I approach this? I'm like kind of hesitant to push this question. So I'm going to relate it to coaching. Okay. So I don't think this question really comes up a lot, but I wonder if some women are afraid to ask the question. So I just want to share the question. We do see it sometimes, but not a ton. What if I don't see the results I want? Right. So we have a lot of people come from different programs where they weren't getting results. And they come to us, and I basically ask all the details about what they were doing, why they weren't seeing results. And I say, well, I'm going to do my best. Let's see what we can do. We have got them all results so far, just saying. So I'm really grateful for that. But still, it's like, you never know. So, it's like, I share that, but so that's the first thing, is we talk through it. But the second thing is, what are your expectations, right? So I really and we all program together. So we really work as a team at Queens of Iron. So, one client might be like, oh, Sierra set my macros. It's like, no, we all did. Like, we're all talking about it. We really care about having lots of support for you guys. Sierra just gave you your macros, but we really work as a team because we want to have lots of minds together. So if one person doesn't agree, it's like, why? Let's dig into the research. Let's share, why do you feel this way? Why do I feel this way? What does the research say? What's the healthiest approach? So I really like it that we've been doing it like that, personally.
Agreed.
Yeah. But so the first thing is set realistic expectations. Okay. The reason I say that is because your lifestyle is not perfect, and you're going to get stressed, and you're going to go through holidays, and you're going to go through school starting, and you're going to go through tough times or deaths in the family. That has happened in our programs, or getting pregnant, or there's so many things that happen. We like to have our programs set for ladies to lose 1 to 1.5 pounds of fat each week with compliance, right? You need to be compliant for a program to work, right? But that being said, that is what the program is set for, but that is not pressure for you to achieve that every week. I've had clients apologize to me for not being compliant. I'm like, honey girl, I'm on your side. I'm in your corner. Like, you're not reporting to me. I'm here as your teammate, right? This is for you. I'm like, if you need a rest day because you're sick and you had stress last week and you overate and you didn't go to the gym, don't worry about it, love. How are you feeling right now? Let's just move forward. You're okay. Like, you don't owe apology to anybody. So my first thing is, allow yourself to be on a journey, not on a straight line. It is a journey, and you will fall off. Some clients are phenomenally compliant. It's not all of them, even close, honestly. There are maybe 30% freaking on point every week with habits. 30%. There's another 70% doing their best, right? You're just doing your best. It's no competition. So it's like, whatever your best is great. But also recognizing that we're here to habit stack, not stress about metrics, right? I love that we take measurements for ladies, or ladies take measurements, because it shows a way more true result. So when the scale went up, it's like, you just lost 0.5 centimeter off your waist and 1/2 off your upper thigh. I'm like, you're doing amazing. You may have just ate something that caused you to be bloated today. Don't worry about it, right? Whew, they get to move forward with success and peace, knowing like, oh, my habits really did pay off. For those who are still really struggling with compliance, right? 2 to 3 on macros each week. So the results aren't as much there because you can't out train a bad diet, right? But for them, they are habit stacking. They were excessive junk eaters prior, and now they're eating vegetables, right? Okay,
Yes.
should you expect perfect fat loss every week? No, because we're in a different starting point, and that's okay. So it's just recognizing wins that you're having every week rather than having your success tied to the scale or tied to measurements. Tie it to your habits with grace, knowing that none of us are perfect ever. You guys, I told you yesterday, I still struggle today sometimes to go work out instead of keep working. I work all the time. You guys, I've been a workaholic for the last like 2 years. The last 6 months, I have finally pulled myself out of it. Partly it was because it was survival, right? A lot of you know my story. It was a really bad situation where I was like, I left the army with my kiddo. Husband, kicked us to the curb, had an affair, got another chick pregnant. I had no job, a newborn baby, nowhere to live. And on the opposite side of the country is my family. And so it was like, what am I going to do? I'm like, well, obviously I'm going to train. COVID just hit. So let's bring everything online, right? So I had to work, I felt like 24/7, right, to build the business. But then it became a habit, right? So my point in sharing that is I've been doing this for well over a decade, and I still struggle in areas. Sierra still struggles in areas. Everybody still struggles in areas because we're just growing, right? But the struggle becomes like 1% of the 99% doing well. But maybe in the beginning, it's 3% doing well and 97% maybe not so well. No worries. Let's get to 4%, not 100.
1,000%. I know it's like, but it's only 1%, right? Back to that word only. It's only 1%. But think if you just keep leveling up 1%, 1%, 1%, those add up over time. And all of a sudden you're now at 20%.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, well, look how far I've come, right? And then it's like, okay, well, if I can get to 20%, I'm gonna get to 30. And just those small manageable goals
Mm-hmm.
set
And
you up for success.
And I think a lot of you are at like 50, 60, or even higher, or what you think you're at is maybe higher, but we don't know. We don't know. Like, right, what Sarah was saying. So it's like, regardless where you are, just one step at a time. And there's so many pieces to all of this.
Yeah.
Let's just focus on one sub piece of one piece, right? Like sleep, not getting over 8 hours perfectly every night. But if you're getting 5, let's get like 5.5 and then get 6. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Cool. All right, ladies. We have like 3 more minutes. Do you want to actually I'm just gonna jump just to the last one, if that's okay. People have been asking us this. So a lot of ladies have been asking, like, okay, what's the next step for the coaching program? Send me a message. Click my name, click send a message, and just share with me, hey, I'm interested in coaching. I just want to hear more. We'll just talk through what are your goals? What's been your biggest hurdle? Why are your goals important to you? And are you committed to solving this problem, or are you just kind of like thinking about it, right? We work with the ladies that want to solve the problem. We work with A players. They're there to do the work. Again, you're never perfect, but you're there to do the work. You just need to dial it in, right? So if you're interested in that, we do have a couple more spots for the next 3 weeks. And so just send me a message and we'll talk through it and we'll get you going. Beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. Just as a reminder, tomorrow we have our last day of this wonderful event, Empower Her, and we're doing just some live testimonials of women who they're going to share what problems they had when they came to us, like getting to their goal weight, not feeling comfortable in their body. One of them was postpartum, the most type A person I know. She was a perfectionist, and she has just gotten so much more relaxed and just loves her body and loves her life. So she's going to share her story. And then we have one of our newer gals too, to just share, like, this is what I've experienced in my lifting in general since joining. So just so you can see, like, what we're talking about be put into practice and just see like what these women are saying and what their experience has been with that. So we're excited for that.
It's going to be so fun.
It is. It's really fun. Yeah. It's like an interview style process and we have a good time with it. Cool. Yeah, I see you that you're interested. Obviously, I'll check your name, love, and I'll reach out to you. Beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for your time today. It's so wonderful. Yeah, absolutely, Mary. We're so happy to share. We really aim to do these once a month. It doesn't always happen, but we always try to do these events for you guys once a month to just keep pushing you along in your fitness journey, keep helping you make strides in the right direction so you can just feel amazing, feel better every day, every week, every month, every year, and improve your health, improve your confidence, feel super good in your body. That's always our goal for you guys. Cool. Sierra, anything you want to say? I don't want to just talk over you.
No, no, you summed it up so beautifully. It's real. Like, ugh, we wanna level you up. I'm sad that it's ending here. It's like, "Oh my
I
gosh,
know.
it's almost over." I mean, like, not yet. I think it's positive. We have, one more day.
There
One
you
more
go. Reframe.
day.
I love that. Oh, love it, you guys. Thank you so much for all your kind words. I see all that coming in. We really appreciate it. Okay, ladies, great. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Let us know if you have any questions, too. We are here to support you. Okay. Mwah. Bye.